Hello, and in today's video I'm going to give us a balloon tour over Bellessaria. So we've done the old boats, although there's plenty more boating we can do. We've done a bit of biking, so now a bit of ballooning. I thought it would be easy to use a balloon because it's slower moving and means you get to see a bit more of Belly than just going at high speed in an aircraft. Belly is generally an air-friendly area. Most of the Linden homes come with a security system, which does generally have, I think, it's 15 seconds generally, which is way enough time to get over the parcel and not get ejected. So, without further ado, I'm going to use this free balloon, which I will put a link to in the comments below. It's great for going about. Like I say, it's free. And, you know, you can cruise around with it anywhere on the mainland you like. It's all good. Just res it out in a res zone and off you go. So I'm going to use mouse lock, but let's click the balloon first. Start the balloon going. There we go. Then we'll go mouse lock because it's just going to look nicer for you on the video. And then we're going to use jump. Yeah. I'm going to draw distance of about 256. You probably don't want too much. We're up at about 69, 70. That's don't want to go too high, you won't get all the lovely details. Right, push the forward arrow, light, and keep pressing it, increasing the wind till we get a nice strong breeze. There we go, and off we go. Now this underneath us is the fairgrounds, which is a public area that's used for events and everything. Halloween events, Christmas events. I think there's a Christmas flea market coming up in December, which I believe will be held there too. So watch the groups, that's the Bellisseria Citizens Group or the Bellisseria Events Group to find out what's going to happen there. So we're heading southwest, and what I'm going to do is fly from here, which is where one of the res points for aircraft are, to the dog bone, as some people affectionately call it, which I will show you actually on the big map. Let's just give you a quick look on the big map. So here we are here, look. This is on the fairground, the res zone is there. We're going to head across town, over the bridge, show you a bit of the traditionals and a bit of the camping zones here. And then we're going to go over here to the airfield over there. So that's kind of where we're headed. So, as we start to come over here, you'll start to see properties appearing. And I might bring us down a little bit just so that we get a bit more in our draw distance, but just to keep it nice and smooth. It's really quite relaxing, this. As you can tell, it's a very smooth moving ride. It's not very quick, but it's a really good way to look at Bellisseria because it's very much a developing area. I mean, you can float around here where people already live and where houses and everything have already been released. And it's nice to see it from above. It's a very attractive place. I think that's the right word to use. So as we come across here, we can see the houseboats. And they come in all different shapes and sizes. You can choose them. When you get a plot of land, you can usually choose the style that you like. I believe that works in both traditional houses, houseboats, and campers, which we'll have a look at. You'll notice there's lots of different themes. So this is like, you know, houseboats are a water theme. So if you're into your boating and you want to be able to park your yacht outside or whatever, that's the perfect place for you. If you prefer a housey kind of environment, then the traditional houses are for you. And if you like a bit of camping, a bit of rural, you like to be out in the sticks, well then the camping is probably what you want to go for. If you've got a premium membership, you can obviously get a Linden home like this. You just need to log in and go to the Linden home section where you can then watch the list. Now, I don't know a lot about it myself because I don't actually have, well, I do have a premium membership, but I don't have any tier, so I haven't been looking for a home. But I do know if you go there, there is a pull-down menu. And there are also some refresh options, and you can actually set automatic refresh in there so that you can watch out for homes becoming available so that you can get yourself home. There are homes that become abandoned. They call them abandoned. That's where basically someone had a home and decided, I don't want it anymore, or I want to try for a different home. They abandon it, and it appears on the list, and whoever's first come, first serve. Likewise, they have what they call releases, and if you join the Bellisseria Citizens Group, you'll hear them going on about releases quite often. Has there been a release? Yeah, it's a bit of a giggle because people ask about releases all the time. But that's because the moles are working away all the time releasing stuff. So they're all building these new things, and as they get ready, they release them. So there are new homes coming out all the time, and there's even talk in a recent post on the Second Life blogs where they have actually said there's a new theme coming as well. So at the moment we have these houses, we have the houseboats, and we have the campers, but there's another theme coming, so that's something to look forward to as well. No one has any idea what it's going to be, so you can speculate all you like, or you can just wait and see, but that is coming, so watch this space. Now, as you can see below, there's some lovely waterways within Bellisseria, and lots of canals that you can sail along, and if you're lucky enough to get a house here, you can live along. They've all got nice bridges that go over the top. When you see it from above here, you really do get quite a feel for it. And I mean, my draw distance isn't... Let me see if I can come down a little bit. It's not the most amazing at 256, but I would fear at 512 we might be pushing it a little bit. So as you can see the 15 seconds? A lot of the orb systems here have got 15 seconds on. That is adequate time for you to fly over and get out of the way. So you shouldn't have to worry about being sent home all the time. Obviously, if you are unfortunate enough to be sent home by someone's orb, it's probably something you should report, perhaps, or speak to the person who put the orb there, because really it's not very friendly, and most people in Bellessaria certainly won't set a 0-second orb. They use the Linden security that is a bit more permissible in that area. So we'll just steer ourselves around here. Now you'll see there's some mountainous regions, of course, around here, and I want to make sure I steer towards those because that's where all the campers are. They're all out in the sticks here. This is quite a mid-part mountainous range, so this is kind of right in the middle here. And as you see, the roads are all very different shapes, and the houses are quite unique as well. You'll also learn there are add-ons available for a lot of these homes which residents have created that can allow you to change the panelling effects on the outside of the house and that kind of thing. So there's lots of things you can do to customize your world in your little home. It's a very friendly neighborhood. You'll soon find that out if you go in the group. A lot of chat, a lot of events, a lot of sharing of cool things that people create or make or whatever, many of whom live in the same community as you. So as you can see, the lovely lush greenness, we've got the lovely hedges down below. It really does look fantastic from above. I'm mildly lost, but heading in the generally right direction. I'm looking forward to where we get a sudden change. You'll get the theme change as we get further in. But I'm consciously aware that I don't want to go too far the wrong way, otherwise we'll completely skip it. And of course I'm trying to make a nice smooth running video, which I am known for because I refuse to edit them even though I can, and insist on trying to make them all in one go. So, and without any little rehearsing. So, because I feel like it's just more, you're here now, we got in the balloon, we did this thing, if I get shot down or, something else happens, well, yeah, I've gone too far south, I think, already, so I messed that up. But hey, the good thing about me messing it up is you get to see more of Belly, so that's not a bad thing. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a bit of a change of plan, and we're going to go a little bit northwest, I think, and go back this way a little bit, so we can hit those camping regions, which I've completely skipped. So I should have rehearsed before, really, shouldn't I? I mean, I did the other day. I was going to do it, and I was rehearsing. But, oh, look down there on the left, someone's got a sprinkler in the garden. Yeah, I did actually plan all this, but I had the man flu, and then it all went to pot, and then I didn't do the video. And now I'm recovering, and I've just made this one, and didn't think to practice that I knew which direction I was going in before we started. But, I get to show you the other canal now. Look, this, let me show the canal. Here you go. Actually, this is worked out perfectly, because down here is the bridge. I wonder if we can see it with the balloon. When I cycle about, or if I'm doing like horsing, horsing, is that a thing? When I'm riding on a horse, you can ride your horse over here. Horse riding. But horsing sounds pretty, I quite like horsing. I think we'll stick with that. And you can come across the top of this bridge, which is here, look. Which is quite nice to travel across, and takes us into the middly bit. So we've been in like the middle core part of Belly, and then we're moving over the bridge to the outer part of Belly, if you like. See this bridge? It's fantastic. Look at that. Very grand, this bridge. Reminds me a bit like a shortened version of Iron Bridge, which is a place over here in the UK. Over we go. Look at that fantastic bridge. Now, we're heading towards the camping zone. See the hills coming in the distance there? That is where most of the people who live in the campers are. Very rural, great mud tracks, dirt tracks for you to take horses or bikes, or take a walk. There's picnic areas, all sorts of places to explore. You can climb the mountains, do all that kind of stuff. Now, you will have observed already, look, that the landmass is getting taller and taller, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on things so I don't crash into a tree, because that's the kind of thing that I do. So let's just put a bit of gas. Up we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Now, observation time. See that funny blurred square down there? There we go, it's locked in now. That is a Rez Zone. If you've seen the other videos, you will have seen me show you them. But there's one right in the middle of the road there, so keep an eye out for those if you want to res a vehicle out. Okay, we'd rather not cross over 4 regions at once. So let's keep that tidy. Now, I don't know if I've ever used the S word in my videos. I may well have done. But more recently I have been pointed out the ways, so I will not use the wrong word in videos. I'm going to publicly apologise, because there's a very good chance that a certain person might watch this video and will probably be gurring at my others if I've used the wrong word. If I have, I'm sorry. I won't use the S word in this video. But yeah, regions, that's these little square things that we like to live on, and region crossings. Now, you'll see here, look, we get to a nice, thick, rural area where we've got lots of hills and mountains. And see the campers down there, look? I don't want to go too deep in here because I could end up crashing into a mountain or something. But actually, I can probably swing it round and we'll go through the middle. See that though? Look at that down there. If you like that bit of rural action, then this is definitely the place to go. And if you want to live in one of these, excuse me, the voice going a little, then you'll want to be looking for campers in the description of the housing when it comes up. If you want the house, you're looking for traditionals, and if you want the houseboats, you're looking for houseboats. You see the dirt track down there? See, I think it looks really amazing when you fly over here like this. It's really cool. I sit watching moles on a regular basis. You're probably all looking weird now, but no, honestly, you learn a lot of stuff about Second Life. If you've been here a long time, which I guess I have been, but never really questioned the more interesting behind-the-scenes parts of designing places. You know, what goes into making a place. It's a big eye-opener, and there's a lot of mole magic, that's what I'll call it, involved in doing these things. And, you know, a lot of creative people make all these wonderful sims we go to all the time, all around SL. And we think, oh, isn't that lovely? But you never really learn the intricacies, and I've been learning a lot of that. And it's been a really interesting eye-opener. As well as an incredible teamwork with a bunch of moles doing different things. I suppose I should point out for people who are going, mole, what? So in Second Life, they have a thing called a mole. They have things called moles. They have animals called moles, right? They're not actually moles, as in they don't look like moles, but they call them moles, and they work for the Linden Department of Public Works. And the Linden Department of Public Works is basically employed by Linden Labs to create official content for Second Life. So what you see in front of us here was made by moles, and those moles were contracted by Linden Labs to make this for us in Second Life. Now, those same people are creators within their own right, and probably in another life somewhere create things of their own, because they are creative people who like creating things. So what you get here is a whole bunch of different moles with different skill sets. Excuse me. So if you can imagine, you have moles that do infrastructure, so they do things like setting parcels up, terraforming, which is where you change the shape of the ground, making sure things in the back end work, you know, servers and stuff like that. Okay, so as you probably gathered there, I had a bit of a bad region crossing and it didn't go well. So we'll carry on from where we left off, and I was basically saying, moles, what are they, what do they do? First of all, I didn't give a disclaimer, which I probably should. I'm not a mole expert. I'm only giving you what I've learnt from talking to moles myself. But you basically have infrastructure moles, so you watch them come out and they terraform land, they put in roads, they make sure the paths for the houses exist. They do lots of very clever things with the roads, because the roads are actually way more sophisticated than you probably realise. All I can tell you is they've obviously got mesh, and there's also physics, and there's also materials and all sorts of things that they have to make sure is right. Then they finish putting in the housing stuff and all the back end that makes the houses appear and disappear, and the parcels in the right place. Security systems are all in that and everything else. When they've done that, they then put in these big giant green monopoly houses, which allow the decoration moles to come in and not make trees come through your bedroom window or anything like that. So then the decoration moles come in and they start adding the bushes and the benches and the rocks and all the wonderful stuff you see in your environment. Decoration moles are throwing those in there. Now, they're the only moles I've become aware of, but don't forget there will be meshing moles somewhere that make all this stuff in the first place. And there'll be other moles, hundreds and hundreds of moles I know nothing about. So always give thanks to your moles, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have any of this. And they work tirelessly around the clock, moling for you. Sounds like an ad, that, doesn't it? But it's true, they do, because I've sat there and I've watched them. And they do, and they spend a lot of time and they put a lot of love into what they do, because that's what they enjoy doing. They want you to have a wonderful place to live, and, you know, I say they've done a very good job of it. And that's just my opinion, of course, but I'd like to think that most of you wouldn't disagree. So as you can see, we're nearly at our end point here, and I hope you've enjoyed looking over Belly. I would like to think that you'll go out and get yourself this free balloon, or you'll go and get a balloon or whatever flying device you want to be in, and you'll fly over Belly and you'll enjoy looking at it from above and visit different places and, you know, explore, because that's what this is all about, really. Second Life is a wonderful place to explore, and when you've got places like this, you know, there are a lot of things to explore, and that's an orb that's not a built-in one. So we'll just OK that, and we will come in for a landing. As you can see here, we have another airstrip on the southwest corner. I'm going to try and land down there on that square. And there's also a water res zone here, you'll see. So it's a good junction to go from water to air and vice versa. Well, like all these videos, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's encouraging you to go and explore Belly and see what a beautiful place it is. And again, lots of people have customised their own homes so that there's something new for you to see always. There's never a dull moment in Belly. I think that's probably a fair thing to say. People have also built things like cafes, coffee shops, whatever you want to call them, as public areas, which you can go and visit and hang out and meet friends. The Lodge is another place to check out as well, built by the moles. Very nice, and it's seasonal at the moment too. There's a Christmas tree and, you know, the smell of cinnamon in the air and all that kind of thing. It's very nice. Okay, let's see if I can land this thing like a professional almost. I'm a professional, trust me. I'm really not. But, you know, there we go, down we go, boom, boom. Okay, there we are. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed that. Get out in Belly, link below, get balloon. I look forward to seeing you all floating about. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.